Welcome back to Digi Bros, everybody. Coming back in the middle of a load screen. Trying to decide if we want to keep fighting the Orphan of Kos.
Fuck the Orphan of Kos.
Which we've done for like 4 straight episodes.
Let's get some more blood vials, beat the fucking game. Let's go get,
Is there anything else we
umbilical cord.
didn't do? Because for some reason I thought we still had a few bosses we hadn't beat.
No, that was it.
I mean, we did just go do Dark
We did all the shit, yeah.
Hall,
and Abrietus.
And Ebrietus. Yeah.
Fuck
did
it,
we
man.
Do that in this?
I'm ready to be done with this. It's already fucking late. I want to go play Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah.
Fucking talk to Hope before I have to go to bed.
Yeah, Dragons, like, we were kind of, like, using, like Victor was playing through Bloodborne as a way of, like, because Dragon's Dogma was coming out, and it's like, okay, I just gotta hold myself off until that game comes out.
Now I have too much shit to do. There was like a week of having absolutely nothing, and now there's like a million things I want to do that I can't do all of them.
Yeah, that's how life is, man.
I hate it.
So
it's either nothing or way too much.
Our audience has probably heard us talk about Dragon's Dogma before.
Yeah.
But it's now out on PC, and we would highly recommend it. It's only $30 on Steam, right?
Yeah.
And the PC version is by far the better version of the game. They fixed a lot of the biggest issues.
I didn't open the door. Aw, man.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. Well, because if you open it the first time, she closes it back up.
Oh.
Because you can still talk to her through the door. But yeah, like, why do you have to go to ESF's clinic?
I gotta get the last umbilical cord.
Oh, you didn't get it yet?
Where's the way back there?
Yeah.
Someone closed the door and it scared the shit out of me. It sounded like lightning.
Yeah, it's right over here somewhere.
That's where I just came. No, yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah, what the fuck was I saying?
I don't fucking know.
Oh yeah, Dragon's Dogma. We talked about it on here. Really cool game. Really under-recognized and underrated. Like...
Yeah, and they fixed a lot of shit that wasn't good about it in the beginning. That I kind of liked about it, but, you know, it makes the game more accessible. Where
you liked the fucking unbelievable, like, load times?
Because I didn't even remember the fucking save times, but I mean...
Okay,
I thought mostly people bitched about the fast travel was, like, underdeveloped, but it kind of was... It was very immersive, because you always had to go on a fucking epic journey with every quest you did.
I didn't even know there was fast travel in either version.
Yeah.
All I knew was that the reason I never played Dragon's Dogma is that A, it ran like shit on consoles, because it was a PS3 game, and it was like... It had, like, letterboxing on the screen, because, like, the resolution...
Yeah, the letterboxing was pretty dumb.
It was a super weird resolution. It looked like shit. It was always super muddy. It was letterboxed, and it ran, like, it was lots of fucking slowdown when you fought certain bosses and shit. It just ran like garbage on the PS3. And the saving... Because you could save at any time, anywhere you want, and you had to. There's no autosave. So you have to save... you'd, like, you know, be mindful of your saves, and you'll get sent back to your last save if you die. So, like, you really have to save all the time if you don't want to have to redo shit, and the battles take forever. Like, you know, you'll get... There's, like, enemies that'll be, like, a 5-minute battle, and then you die, and then you have to do the whole fucking fight again if you didn't save. But the saving took, like, 30 seconds every time. You have to go into your menu and wait 30 seconds for a save. So, like, if you wanted to save all the time, then it's a huge pain in the ass, you know? So that was why I never played it. Because the game is fairly hard, but, like...
Yeah, you and your load times. You can't handle those long load times.
Dude, I cannot handle waiting for shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, like, because I die a lot. So if I have to wait around a lot, like, in Dragon's Dogma, if I had to die all the time... then, like, I would want to not lose too much progress, and to lose too much progress, I have to save, and to save, I have to wait all the fucking time, you know? And the way I play games where you can save, I save constantly. That's always been my thing. Like, I'll save after every decision I make, essentially, in a game. So, like, God, you never even opened that gate right there?
Guess not. Didn't see the need.
But yeah, like,
pick up those vials.
I save constantly. So when they put it on PC, now the saving takes like 3 seconds, and you know, it's 1080p.
So you can save all the time.
It's 1080p, no slowdown, no bullshit. You know, it looks
fast travel,
no letterboxing.
Yeah,
and I guess there's fast travel. I mean, I wasn't even worried about that.
You would be worried about it if you had known.
I see.
Like, it's fucking time consuming shit.
I
But
just figured that was the nature of the game, was to run like.
Which I thought was cool, and people bitched about it enough that they had put a lot of like you have to run everywhere the first time, but then you can kind of like put port crystals and like get around easy.
Oh yeah, I remember the port crystals.
Which I mean ups the replay value of it, I guess, but it can't beat the first time of experiencing the game and just taking for fucking ever to get everywhere.
Right.
It was like, wow, this is just different.
I can easily see that being the kind of thing that I would say I wanted, and then I would totally portal everywhere, 'Cause that's how... That's
exactly, because it's, I miss it, but I'm not going to, like, not use the fast travel now.
That was the argument with Elder Scrolls, where in Morrowind, it would take you, like, a fucking week to run from one city to the next, because there was no fast travel. And then Oblivion put in fast travel, but then the world just felt completely pointless.
Yeah.
Which it would have anyway, because it's, like, randomly generated or whatever, so it's, like, not even... interesting.
What, in Oblivion?
It's like procedurally generated, I believe.
No, it's not.
I believe it is.
I don't think so, because every time I've started up the game, it's been the fucking same.
Well, I don't know. I remember reading something to that effect. It's definitely not, like, sculpted the way that Morrowind is, where, like, everything is, like, very, like, areas that actually are areas, And, like, same with Skyrim. Skyrim and Morrowind are, like, actively sculpted to be a certain way, whereas Oblivion and Daggerfall are not. That's the way I understand it. But Daggerfall is procedurally generated, but the country is literally the size of Great Britain. The game world is like 20,000 square miles, something like that.
Real big.
Skyfall is 16 square miles. And Daggerfall is like 20,000 square miles.
Skyfall!
Something to that effect.
Yeah.
By the way...
very clean.
Was it that door on this bridge that you were saying it doesn't make any sense that it's blocked off or whatever?
Yeah.
Because there's actually a lore reason for it. Like, you pick up a letter and someone says that, like, the people of whatever, like, church or whatever blocked off that door.
Cool.
They were like, oh yeah, the Great Bridge was blocked by the people of fucking Bergenworth or whatever.
Those fucking assholes.
Yeah, everything's Bergenworth, man.
Bergenworth just fuck shit up, man.
So, alright, are we just doing the final boss? Fuck Orphan of Kos?
Yeah!
Alright, guys, this is it. We're gonna finish off fucking Bloop Doop.
London's burning.
And possibly, this is the 500th episode of Digi Bros. In fact,
every episode is possibly the 500th episode.
Alright, if we don't count the two unlisted videos, which we shouldn't anyways, because they're not Digi Bros episodes, then this is, in fact, the 500th episode of Digi.
Woo!
That is counting stuff like the tic-tac-toe video, but I'd say that counts. That was official Digi Bros. So yeah, episode 500, guys, finishing off fucking Bloodborne. Oh yeah, eating all the umbilical cords.
We finished off Bloodborne real
That's
good
not
now.
Gross.
Oh snap! We could just
coolest fucking final boss arena ever.
We could awaken anew and not even fight the last two bosses and still beat the game.
That's true. You can beat this game without actually fighting the last bosses. I think this is the coolest fucking final boss arena possible.
Very fucking clean.
This is just unbelievably rad looking. You've got the big ass moon on one side, the burning building on the other, the field of flowers. That, like, the way that the cliff is, and it, like, the terrain is interesting for the fight too. Like, not only does it look cool because it's all hilly, but it changes the way that you approach the battle. Super fucking cool. The crosses everywhere.
Refuse, because this is anime. You never submit your life.
No.
You have to refuse and then kill God.
I don't remember what happens if you submit your life.
He cuts your head off and you wake up in the town because you're unbound to the dream now.
Like, see, that's the thing. Like, if you do submit your life, then what was the point of everything? What did he want you to do? Just kill everything for him? Like, is that
he
what
didn't want you to do anything. He does not ask you to do anything.
Then what the hell is the point of the game?
You do shit on your own. It's whatever you want it to be.
What? Didn't he bring you to the hunter's dream?
He brought you to the hunter's dream to make you a hunter to go hunt beasts. That's all hunters do.
And then he just decides that you've done enough and he's gonna kill you, or like what? Like,
dude, I don't fucking go watch some fucking body video. Don't question me on this shit.
Well, all the people who do lore videos all seem to agree that the plot of this game doesn't make as much sense as Dark Souls.
I don't know.
Like, that seems to be a commonly held opinion.
Open for
Shade was just showing me a video by the guy who did the Dark Souls lore explained video, where, like, he did, like, this 15-minute video of the 3 dragon characters from the beginning of that like just like having a conversation for like 15 minutes, and at the end they go into a time portal and get taken to Bloodborne, and then the guy just like one of the dragons just reads a script of like the video maker's feelings about the game, and he was just saying how like the lore doesn't really make sense in this game, and it's like not as thematically deep and all that. Like basically all the shit I said he said as well in his video. And
that's fine.
Yeah.
Still like it more than Dark Souls.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot to like. The fact that there's no really frustrating parts is by far the biggest thing I can say in this game's favor. Where, like, there's parts of Dark Souls that I just do not want to do again. You know, Tomb of the Giants sucks. It's dark, and although
Did you ever do Tomb of the Giants?
Shade says he really likes Tomb of the Giants.
That's Shade's weird.
But, like, he was like, well, as long as you have the lantern, it's cool. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like, it's just a dark place that you don't want to go through, you know? And fucking Lost Islet is fucking lame and just shitty looking, and the enemy layout is stupid, and the boss is stupid. Well, I think Bed of Chaos was a good idea for a boss, just executed poorly.
Yeah. Just came out lame.
And this fight is fucking rad.
Yes.
This is like, I don't know, would you... I'd say this is cooler than the Gwyn fight, right?
Yeah, definitely. Dude, I thought Gwyn was fucking lame the first time I played Dark Souls.
That seems to be a common opinion.
Yeah, I was like, really? It's just some dude with a sword? Like, that's the big finish here? What the fuck?
Yeah, but he is relevant to
that. Man,
how did you not... Why did you run towards
I was like,
him?
oh, maybe I can get him in the back.
No.
I waited too long. Oh, shit. I'm not doing as good at this as last time I played.
I beat him on my first try.
Yeah.
And I beat the
last time I played, like, I was so used to the parrying that I just parried him constantly and just wrecked shit. But,
oh, there you go. Oh.
Fuck!
Oh, you wasted it.
Yeah.
You fool.
I've not been playing this for a while.
Why did you
so
shoot twice?
Oh,
God,
fuck, he parried me!
Yeah, he did. He parried me a few times, but he never managed to visceral me. He was always too far away.
Man, that sucked.
Oh,
I'm getting my ass kicked. I feel out of it right now.
Get on your fucking bolt paper and fuck him up.
That's not as good as on the humans. It's good on the god guys.
I used it on everybody.
I see.
Well, not really, but like towards the end of the game, I was just like, I had all this insight, so I spent it all on bolt paper.
Damn. He didn't give a fuck about that charge attack.
Well, he was also charging.
Yeah.
I think he was probably invulnerable for that, or unstunnable rather. Visceral that motherfucking bitch!
Please!
You must be smoking! Alright, let's save that for when we actually beat him.
Yeah.
Like a little too celebratory of a song for one visceral.
Oh!
Fuck! Go!
Oh!
Ooh, heal!
I got a little too greedy there.
Heal! Alright, fuck him up.
I got 10
fuck
vials for the next fight.
Fuck him up. If you beat him. Yeah!
That one fucking hit, he's not that hard.
Fuck him up. The night and the dream were long. I just love that you fight like that. It's clearly dawn here. That's my favorite part. Is that like this looks like the dawn is breaking.
Yeah, because if he kills you, you awaken at dawn.
Yeah. Like the whole thing was one endless night.
Presents. That is one thing I love about this game is that it's just like the one night.
Yeah. Again, I think like the themes of the story and style and everything is much cooler in this game. I just think that the mechanics were not rethought to match the story as much as they could have been, you know.
I mean, should they have though? When Dark Souls already did it perfectly, like doesn't have to be the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have. It's too much of the same thing. That like if they had changed the way that the mechanics are explained or the way that they are to match the story, like where, you know, like what the hell is the significance of lanterns in comparison to the bonfires? Like, because the whole game was about rekindling the Age of Fire, and that fire was everything, and fire was how you refilled your Estus flask because you were basically drinking fire, you know? Like, everything sort of revolved around this central idea of fire. So the bonfires had a lot of thematic relevance, and if you died, it's because you were undead, and that's what they do. But like in this game, lanterns don't mean anything. What the hell is the point of lanterns? You know, like what does that have to do with dreaming? Why are you waking up? How does that? What's the mechanics of dying equals wake up? It's all weird, you know. Like it's just taking the mechanics of Dark Souls and then applying them to a different story where they don't necessarily work as well. And it's funny to even say that because they didn't necessarily work as well in Demon Souls either, which did it first. So it kind of feels like with Demon Souls, they came up with all the mechanics, and then with Dark Souls, they thought of a very perfect explanation for those mechanics. Yeah. And then, like, you know, this game sort of regresses in a way. But, I don't know. I think that it's cool to have another game in the Dark Souls formula because the formula works so well. But I think... in terms of like making an art piece, you know, then I think if they had spent a couple...
Oh shit, I forgot he makes it so I can't use vials.
I think it, only for temporarily.
Yeah.
I just stayed away from them until I could use them again, personally. But I think if they had spent like maybe another year or two...
Oh no, I died! Fuck!
Actually, you know what? He did kill me the first time.
I didn't die last time.
I think if they'd spent a little bit more time in development and come up with ways to handle this game that made more narrative sense, then that possibly could have enhanced the experience. Just like come up with some...
I've only fought this once and I beat it, and that it's kind of... I feel like it'd be a lot easier if you had a blunt weapon because you could get all your health back after you do that one attack that like kills your whole health bar. It's like that makes it difficult, but I can't get all my health back. Go on.
I can't even imagine how FromSoft managed to make a game this involved in such a short time, you know?
Yeah.
Like the level of like art design and like how fucking long did it take them to make BioShock Infinite? And that's not nearly as interesting as this game, you know? Where, like, that game, they clearly spent a really long time hashing out the story and the art design and everything, but then somehow the mechanics weren't interesting at all, and, like, there's so many, like, weird little issues with it, whereas, like, this game is, like, basically completely solid in every way, and, you know, sure, it's building on the back of, like, Demon Souls and Dark Souls.
But that also built on the back of BioShock and BioShock 2.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely used like different mechanics, and it was I believe a different, like it's the same people but with a different studio, I think, because they had left whatever they were with to go make Infinite. Sure. I think I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I don't know. It's it seems odd to me that like they could have not done as well on that game as these developers managed to do in a fucking like 2 years that they, you know, put this thing together. Although I'm sure it was in pre-production from like as far back as when Dark Souls 1 came out, but
possibly.
It seems like FromSoft like plans a few games ahead and then develops them like, you know, back to back.
Shit.
So I think Shade was saying that like the plans for Dark Souls 3 were already in place while they were working on Dark Souls 2.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But like what I think that like Dark Souls 3, like, I'm not going to get super hyped for it, but I think there's reason to believe it could possibly be the best of the series. Because, like...
If it builds, if it keeps building up, you know?
Well, like, because if Miyazaki's directing it and he brings as much great level design to it as he did with the other 3 games, then, like, there's no reason to think the level design would be any worse.
Yeah.
And if the mechanics borrow from... Like, if the narrative is more like cohesive like it was in Dark Souls 1, and the mechanics are more like Bloodborne and have taken influence from it, then, like, best of both worlds. We could get the best fucking Souls game ever. We could get the greatest masterpiece of modern history again, you know? Like, it's not hard to imagine, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like, I understand why Dark Souls 2 would leave people feeling like, you know, well...
I just hope the art design doesn't say too similar, like, to this game.
Have you seen how it looks? It's like, it looks like if you combined Bloodborne and Dark Souls. Like, it's like the...
Hey, we beat the Moon Presence.
Oh my god,
fucking
we
rad
did it.
boss, man.
I
love this boss.
We beat the Bloodborne.
It's just so fucking cool looking.
Nightmare fucking slain.
Boom, bitch. 230,000 souls.
Yeah, that's a fuckload of souls.
Fuck yeah. And now I'm a slug.
Yes, dude, this is the best
What a
possible
twist.
ending.
Dude, I love it. I love that you become a slug. That's just the coolest
Well,
fucking
here's
thing,
why it's
man.
great. Because the doll takes care of
Yes.
you, and she's
like,
my
oh,
waifu.
Hunter,
Look at her,
you're a
she's
slug
beautiful.
now.
She's perfect.
She's a freaky looking woman.
Well, she's just Maria, right? Like, she's
Yeah.
based on Maria.
Based on Maria.
So, it's just like...
Oh, I forgot to kill the... Lawrence!
Oh, yeah.
No, the
to do
DLC, I
Lawrence.
forgot to kill him. Fuck! Oh, well.
I asked you if we forgot anything.
I was like, nah, we did it. Oh, well, we beat Bloodborne.
Yeah. Hidetaka Miyazaki, you fucking genius.
Lead programmer Jun Ito. What? You mean Junji Ito was the
No.
lead programmer?
So, you know, I would say this game definitely in my top 10 after beating it. Like, how could it not be? It's fucking awesome, and it's fun to play, and I had a good-ass time. I never felt bored or like it was a slog. Like, I wanted to hurry up and beat it, mostly because I needed to do other things in my life. Like, I was like, okay, I need to rush through the last day of this because I've been playing this game for 4 days, and I haven't been editing video, and I haven't been doing anything, and I want to talk to Victor about it, and I need to get it done, you know?
Yes.
But, like, if I had all the time in the world, I could have probably played this game for, you know, for long, like,
Forever.
to 100%.
Beat it 3 times in a row, like I've
Yeah.
done.
It's a lot of fun. It's very fun to play.
Yay.
And again, maybe I mean it's possible because now I want to play through Dark Souls 1 and see if I decide I just like Bloodborne more. Just because,
Yeah.
like, again, while I do think that Dark Souls is like a better art piece, it might just not be as good of a game. You know, who knows? It's
It's game's just more polished. It's
Yeah.
the logical next step from Dark Souls to me.
it just cures a lot of Dark Souls. It doesn't reach the same highs, but it also doesn't reach the same lows. You know. I'd say that's the biggest thing about it. It's but you know, I've always defended stuff that I've always said that it's worth it to have some lows if the highs are really high.
Yeah.
You know, like
Dark Souls is great.
you know,
But it was like when Shade finally went and did the DLC and shit, and he went back and played Dark Souls, he was just like, oh, I guess I like Bloodborne more because, like, Dark Souls is so slow.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just not as fun, like, with the action, you know?
it's a lot more frustrating.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
There's a lot more bullshit. There's a lot more like, oh really, I died to this random enemy and now I gotta fucking do all this shit again, you know?
Yeah. Some cases not. I'm sure we're gonna comment that Dark Souls is the easiest game because of XYZ. Oh, if you played Magic.
Well, that's a funny thing. A
I
lot
love
of
the comment. I was like, "Oh, Demon Souls is easy if you
if you play
this
Magic."
way."
And I was like,
It's
I don't
if
know
you play
anyone
that
who
fucking
plays
specific
Magic.
way, you know the game. I just like to get in and play the game. And I get a sword and I stab things and I have
Right.
fun.
It's funny because you guys all told me that Dark Souls 2 was easier than Dark Souls 1, which is funny because I think it seems way harder because it's so frustrating. Like, it's
Yeah, but
so much
it's
more...
hard in those middle finger ways where you're just like,
right.
this is stupid.
It's just so, like, it'll just throw a million enemies at you and be like, well, fuck you. And especially if you look at the fucking... the post DLC version,
but
where
none of
they
the
made
bosses
certain areas even
are as
harder.
hard or as like as cool.
But it's
where
like
Dark Souls, you know, we always say it's harder because it's like those bosses were fun and hard, you know.
like I just today they finally beat Dark Souls 2 on Let's Drown Out, and like when you fight like the Throne Watcher and Throne Defender, like every time you die, you have to open this big fucking door again that takes like 10 seconds, run down this super long hallway.
Yeah, dude, it's
You
a
have to
fucking pain in the ass to get back all of the bosses.
Yeah.
Because I guess the other director was just like, didn't like that you could get to the bosses easily in Dark Souls. It was just like, let's make it a bitch. It's like, this kills all of the fun of Dark Souls.
I think it was a lot harder to reach them in Dark Souls than it was in like this game. Like reaching the gargoyles over and over again was a fucking pain.
Yes.
You know, and certain bosses like that. But like in this game, or I mean in Dark Souls 2, it's just like tedious, and like the boss fights themselves are tedious. Where you're always like waiting around and shit. You know. Well, we were trying to finish off.
I just pressed start out of curiosity, but yeah. Oh, like I can level up.
Now our audience
We can play with the
see all
scythe, man.
credits.
Yeah, they wanted to read all the names.
Hey,
No,
man.
I'll never know who did the sound design.
I feel like it's, good to honor the people who made the game, and made this Let's Play possible.
Yeah, by
showing
talking
the
over their
credits.
credits. Okay.
What the fuck what does it matter that you talk over it?
I don't know.
There's no
Look,
fucking
man,
dialogue in the
They don't
credits.
fucking know that we're watching the credits. They don't give a shit.
That's why I said honor them.
Whatever.
Anyway, that's it for Bloodborne.
Wait, let's go kill the guy.
We did it. Kill what guy?
The first dude.
What first dude?
Who trashes you at the beginning of the game. The little dude.
Oh, yeah, I did that in my room.
Yeah.
I fucking killed him in one swing. But if you do this, you don't get the first light post.
Yes.
Which is annoying. I found out.
We did it. We
Yeah.
helped this poor guy who was ate by the
Oh,
monster.
Jesus, he is fucked up.
Yeah. Well, he was already kind of a fucked up dude, I guess.
Probably.
Turns out that
All
guy's
right.
like the main
We did
lore.
it. We beat Bloodborne. We,
Yay, Bertha Dirtha retires her swords.
So, Victor, what's next? Because
Shit.
We've been promising
Dude,
Sword
I haven't
Art
even
Online
thought
next.
of. Oh yeah.
But we haven't actually bought either of the games.
And we could buy them.
There's a
We have
rehollow.
quite a minute before we need to do our Digibros.
There's a rehollow fragment, which is like $20, and you can buy it on the marketplace. And then there's Lost Song, which I think is still $60.
I don't have any money.
You don't have any money because I don't want to buy either of them. I don't want to pay money for fucking.
So legally
Sword
download
Art
the.
We could put it off and play another game.
I guess.
What was? Oh yeah, I wanted to do the Uncharted games, but with me playing. But you don't want to watch me play games. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out next time on Digi Bros. Peace out.